It's known as gravel grinding, riding vast distances on back-country gravel roads, and Eric Ross can't get enough of it.
I use it for exploring a lot of the logging roads. Rather than driving, I just leave from my house and I try just not to touch pavement too much.
It has more to do with the adventure and going to see stuff that you haven't seen before versus the kind of more well-known adrenaline-fueled type mountain biking.
And now cyclists like Ross and James McKee will put themselves to the test in the first ever Kootenay Gravel Grinder, an adventure which takes riders deep into the East Kootenay wilderness. McKee says it's not your typical event. In fact, it's not an event at all.
I think the closest description is a semi-organized group ride, so you're supporting yourself, you're taking your own risk. There's no sign up, there's no insurance, there's no support along the way, no one's spray painted arrows.
The idea was devised by a group of local riders including McKee and friend Brad Fuller, who passed away earlier this spring in a skiing accident. McKee says the gravel grinder is as much about adventure as it is about seeing his friend's vision come to life.
A few of us had put together the idea. Brad was definitely the leader of it, and it was well along its way when he died. Those of us remaining just kind of ran with it and made sure that it was going to happen.
Eric Ross is no stranger to long bike rides. He once rode all the way from Cranbrook to Yoho National Park, a distance of almost 300 kilometres. The gravel grinder will be the longest he's attempted thus far, and he's looking forward to the challenge.
See how we camp and the food and so a few variables that you don't normally think about in a race or a ride.
Cyclists will carry everything they need on their bikes, including food, water, clothes, sleeping gear and bike tools.
All the while doing it in a very, very minimal sense to keep the bike weight low, because every pound you add onto the bike, you gotta push it up over all those hills.
It's expected the ride will take anywhere from 36 hours to 4 full days depending on the individual. For Ross, speed is not the biggest priority.
Just finishing healthy, not having to lay in bed for a week after the race, recovering.
A lot of people are doing it as a bit of a sort of final farewell. Brad would be pretty stoked on us finally getting it done.
The riders will officially depart from the Cranbrook Clock Tower on July 25th at 8 AM. For Go Kootenays in Cranbrook, I'm James Farnan.